Radioland. I'm so sorry I'm a few minutes late. I'm also so sorry that the quality is crap because I don't know what's happening with my camera. It keeps bloody turning on and off and like won't. It's been a really long day. And I have a super long day tomorrow, so I'm so sorry, but it's just going to be this crap quality. Well, it's not, well, just not as good as it could be. I'll sort it out for next week. It's just, I would have to, it would, end up being a mess, and I'd be late, and you guys are here. You know, I hope you can hear me okay. I literally only got in the door a few minutes ago, and today has been insane. Hence me having to push the stream back a little bit. So I'm here, and you know, even more importantly than that, let me blow myself up a little bit. G's here in her chair, ready to go. I said, come on G, we have to go do the live. She just hopped up there. She loves being in the middle of everything, don't you? I took this really cute picture of her today when I was on this meeting. I'm going to try and show you guys. I showed it to Tammy before. It's so cute. So while everybody's just coming in, because I want to make sure that everyone's here for when we announce. So hey Savage, hey Nancy, hey Suze, hey Barbara, glad you can make it Barbara, hey Helen, hey Tammy, hey Cindy, hey Ness, hey Lynn, hey Sonia, hey Brenda, hey Taylor, hey Molly, hey the Eye. I think, let me show you guys this picture. Hey Rosette. Hey Kaya. Hey Marlon. Oh no, that's the wrong thing. It's just gonna put something on the screen that I haven't even explained yet. It's gonna be like, uh-oh. No, I've lost it. Oh my gosh, I'm an old mess today. I had this like really big meeting this morning, and I was really nervous about it, but luckily it went really good. Really good. And then I had a class this afternoon that was good, but it was really long. So, okay, this picture is taking its sweet time to load for some reason. Don't know what it's doing. Okay, I'll come back to that in a minute. I cannot deal today. Hey Lisa, hey A. Fitz, Ola. Hey B, hey Charlotte, hey Follette, hey Julesy. Oh, now the bloody picture decides to open. It's good. I'm all over the show today, guys. Just letting you know that today is a mess. And tomorrow I'm doing this. It's a course, but you know where I live, the Isle of Man is. It really, like, our government is so rich. Hey Brittany, it pays for everyone to go to university. So the Isle of Man is like super rich, and obviously I've already been to university like a lot. Got a lot of degrees, but this is just a like 3-day course. It's like 9 to 6 tomorrow, and because I have my own business now, and then obviously I do this and I do other stuff, I do consulting, but I'm opening like my own other business, like a third side hustle. And if you do this 3-day course, the Isle of Man government gives you like £6,000, no strings attached, for free. So I'll sit in a class for 3 days for £6,000. So that's, yeah. Oh, Molly, yeah, I just did see Affida's story. Tammy, if that's what you sent me, because I didn't really have my phone on because I was talking to this woman who she has, if anybody's a really big gin drinker, there's like a really cool Isle of Man Manx gin that this lady, got this like grant that I'm getting like 3 years ago. It's called Finadair, and it's like a Isle of Man Manx fairy tale thing, but it's really cool. Like, you guys know I don't drink, but it's a really nice, even the bottle and everything, it's really cool. It's not supposed to be like, like Gordon's or something. It's not super expensive, but it's not like, 10 quid, but it's really cool gin. Okay, I'm rambling. Okay, I'm going to show you this picture of G, and then I'm going to do the big announcement, and then there's like a mini one, but they're all about the channel. I we'll talk about the L word afterwards, of course, because, yeah, you know that. There's another casting, but there's like a kind of a funny story that goes with it. Not funny story, but just one of those. That's funny. Oh my gosh, this picture is enormous. It's taking me like 20 minutes to show you one picture. Sorry, I'm having a blonde everything moment today. Look how cute. Oh, it's so cute. God, everyone should move to the Isle of Man. Seriously. Seriously guys, we have like no tax here. Well, you have tax, like, but it's really small. It's like 10%. And we have no inheritance tax. That's basically why my whole family lives here. And they give cool things like this. They pay for university for everybody that wants to go. And there's not really a lot of rules here. We don't have unemployment, we don't have homeless people, we don't really have anything like that. So yeah. Yeah, Miss G's super cute there. Yeah, so you should move here, do the course, get the money, set up your own business, and then get them to pay for you to go to university too. It's a good one. Yeah, and again, we don't have COVID here, so I was sitting in a class with like 20 people like right next to me today. I just ran into the shop on the way home, and yeah, we don't have anything like that. So, what is my big announcement? So I had this idea last week, and I follow this other community that I've seen them do kind of something similar. They're more centered around like weight loss and stuff, and there's a lot of people who are like reaction channels, and so all of these creators got together, and I don't know whether anybody knows who they're a really controversial person, but they're gay too, so I feel like a bit of support towards them. And their name's Amberlyn Reed. That was, if anybody knows who that is. They did this, like, they called it AmberCon, and then all the people who like react to her, they all like met up on one person's channel, and they're all other YouTubers. And so all this stuff's coming up, and you guys know that I always say, like, I'm not one of those people that thinks that the community needs to be segregated, or I want to be the most popular L word person. Like, there's we're a small community, you know. The show is a Showtime show. It's never going to be seen by, you know, Grey's Anatomy numbers of people. And I think with us too, like, most people who watch the show are somewhere on the LGBTQ spectrum, and I think that it's super important to collaborate and support other LGBTQ creators. And that kind of goes a little bit more into my second announcement as well, because, you know, YouTube is really not an LGBTQ friendly place. There's a lot of content on here and there's a lot of creators, but you are severely limited in what you can say, and you also, it's really taken back, like, what, you know, I get my stuff put on limited all the time, and I've never ever actually had a video be legit limited, because every time I ask for a review straight away, and it always goes back because I never break any of the rules. But when they hear, well, it picks up me saying lesbian, gay, like this, because I've said it now, they'll put it on unlimited. But just to let you guys know that. Hey Terry, and so this is my roundabout way of saying that, let me put it on the screen too. So not sure exactly when this is happening, as we're still kind of working out the super finer details, but it will be probably definitely within the next month. So it's gonna 99% be on a weekend, and I'm sure most people can pick up what I'm saying now, but I am going to have some people join me on the channel, and we may not be doing, either it's going to be a live or a video. We could do some sort of a combination maybe, but I'm going to be having all these people on the channel. So some of the people are in the chat now. So it will be Bettina, House of Stir Fry. She's really cool. One of the first people I talked to in the beginning, as she let me use some of her art for a thumbnail. It one of the first videos I posted. I think it was my reason that my whole channel was successful was because I put up a video on the Sunday before the episode had aired of the Bettina scenes, and if you look at that Bettina scene, it's her thumbnail in the picture. It's the she bar scene. And then we are also going to have Brittany and Taylor from All Things Tibette podcast. If you haven't watched that yet, check out the podcast. It's really good. And, you know, if you like Bettina, if you like the L word, you're going to enjoy it. And then we're also going to have the L word 19, and it's going to be all of us all together. So the 5 of us, and we're just going to talk about the L word, talk about how we became fans, talk about what we want for season 2, what we think is going to happen. And I'm also going to do, I think either on Instagram or on my community page, get you guys to send in any questions that you have or thoughts, if there's any topics you want us to touch on. So start thinking about the questions, and we're probably this weekend we're going to try and figure out what, because we're all on different time schedules. I'm the only one that's in the UK, so the obvious thing is it will be more of a US time thing if it's a live, but I think that with as well everybody getting on and stuff, I'm more tempted to do a video and then we'll put it up all together, but we'll see how things go. So yeah, start having to think about, what you want us to talk about or questions. And I'm really excited about it. It's going to be great. I know it is. And I'm really excited about the people that are coming on, because I think everybody does something different. Like, it's not like we're all the same thing, and everybody, although it's L word themed, everybody goes at it from kind of a different angle. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are too. G is very excited. She's like, someone else is gonna get to talk except you. Yeah, the only thing that would have made it seriously harder to schedule is if there was someone in like Asia or Australia, because but before, like back when I used to work in e-gaming, I used to have all American studios. I used to look after all the American studios, and I had one studio that was in Hong Kong, and I had one studio that was in Singapore. And it was like, I used to have to go in super early for those, like 6-7 a.m. and then no one else, like I had to wait till like 4 or 5 o'clock till the US was waking up. So for me as well too, like I've lived my life going through back and forth time zones. So yeah, weekend night, and then I don't know, I'm really excited, because as you guys know, like where I live now, I don't really have like a lot of gay friends, and here, and just being able to chat to some other people about that word, I'm really excited. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you were here too. Just, I was like, oh yeah, like you were like the first person I spoke to in the community, and you've always been so nice, and I love like everything that you do too. So yeah, really, really happy to have everyone, and everyone is very different as well. Just reading the chat. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And this is also like my what's the way to put it? I'm like, maybe 5 voices will be louder. And we need to, I know Savage was on the phone to parents telling them, but I'm like, we need to point them in the direction of the YouTube, Instagram podcasts, and because my like, I know that last year, well, when season 1 came out, and yes, Jules, that's why I've always been like, at all the time in my life, I'm like, go into bed and do not survive. And when season 1 came out, I think Leisha and Kate went on, what's that woman's name? Amber's Closet, is that right? And there was Jennifer went on another YouTuber's who I don't know what her name is, but sometimes the thumbnail comes up, and I just this is why I'm like, always with the social media, I'm like, please, maybe by like season 5 or something, we can get them on the channel, because they're not going to be going out and doing press, like they're going to be doing it all via this. So yeah, hopefully. Yeah, well, if you're just collages of long-winded posts, I'm just some lunatic that like turns the camera on and starts ranting, and then afterwards I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to edit this. And then the camera's like, oh no, there's not enough memory, so yeah. And my family's very thankful for this channel though, because they're like, oh god, she stopped talking to us about the L word. Oh, you have L word episodes coming out in March. I'll definitely have to listen to those, Molly. Oh yeah, I'm tomorrow. No, I need to do it tonight. I need to call the pants thing tonight because. But then I was like, I don't know, because I don't want to ask. I want to ask a question to Alicia and Kate, and I've like thought of it and written it out, and then I'm gonna try and be like, and by the way, I have a YouTube channel. But I don't know whether they'll play it because they probably don't want. Like if I said something about that, I don't know whether they'd want to be. I ended up talking in this class. I ended up talking about you guys and about like the channel and stuff because it was like talking about marketing and social media and all these things, and I was using like the L word as like an example and stuff. And most of the women in the class, there's 20 people in the class and 18 are women, and everybody's like insurance adjusters, and there's like a dog walk. Like it's a wide variety of businesses, and most don't have like any experience with like social media and stuff. And then they were asking about like, because the old man again, like there's not really a big LGBTQ population, and they were like asking me about all these things and stuff, and it was really interesting, and they were asking like my advice and stuff. But the other thing that I was going to say is that, you know how I was saying in the beginning, you guys are being too cute, Josie and everyone else. What's it? I just saw what Brenda said. I didn't see what Molly said. Is it further up? Sorry, I keep losing my place. Oh, I think that maybe that. Oh yeah, maybe I should. Nast, that's a good idea. Try Rachel, since she's on my time zone. Oh, I watched that documentary that they were talking about in on Pants, not last week, the week before, the fake famous one. It was really interesting. But yeah, that's my. I think that's like when I think about this channel and everything like that. Like I absolutely love doing this. Like you have no idea how much I talk about it and how much I think about it. I absolutely love it, and I'm at the stage now where like and almost at 5,000. That I'm like, oh, I want it to get bigger, but I know that I'm limited on the amount of people who can ever watch me because, again, that L word's not 24 million people watching it, but I'm happy with like what it is. But my absolute goal upon goal would be to get any of them on the channel, and I know that's like a really big ask. But that's maybe it'll take 5 years, but if it takes 5 years, it's 5 years well spent. So yeah. And the other thing that I was going to talk about a little bit, which kind of goes into the way that YouTube is like limiting things and I can't talk about certain things. Hey Mira. But I probably in next month I am going to start a Patreon, which is going to be obviously a tiny audience, but I'll talk, because obviously they're another platform where you can post videos and can talk more personally and about more, like there's no limit on what you can talk about there. So I'll start putting out the information soon about how to get onto it and access it, and what I'm going to start talking about. But yeah, it will be a lot more personal, real, like things like that, because yeah, sometimes I do feel like restrained by YouTube and the whole mess, I think. so now that we have that amazing news about, if anyone has a really good name, that's what we're looking for. I've just been calling it Elcon in my head. So yeah, if anyone has a really good name, let me know. Oh, bye Taylor, thanks for coming. And yeah, we'll think of a really good name. And then brief chat maybe about that would be like dream upon dream, but they're probably like, we don't want that crazy woman coming here. So maybe they yeah, that would be amazing, but I don't know how willing they'd let that happen. Yeah, I'm just calling it Elcon in my head. Or what, the last Elcon was, like, you know, the one in England, I think it was 5 or 6. There definitely wasn't anyone past 7. Patreons, like, it's like another social media platform. You set up tiers, but I'm not gonna have tiers. It's like you do have to pay for it, but the creator controls it. Like some people do mine will be like dollars, pounds, like it's not gonna expensive, and it's, you know, you can do videos, it's whatever you want, kind of, you control what goes out, and the only people who can see it are people who are subscribed to your Patreon. Like it doesn't like YouTube go out and promote you and suggest videos and things like that. It's like you go for that. Like a lot of YouTubers, they have their channel and then they have the Patreon, and it seems like a lot of people do the podcast on the Patreon because obviously only certain people have access to it. And again, it is, most of the people I'm seeing, they are LGBTQ people, and they're doing it because YouTube, you know. But yeah, I really wonder if I don't know whether they would do that Elcon again. I used to, when I was like a teenager, I used to work in like all the convention stuff, like and the people who did the Buffy convention did the L Word ones, and I used to work with like the Buffy stuff, and like part of the people who ran the conventions, like I used to work with all the cast that used to come over pretty much. Like I've spent many a nights in bars with lots of the Buffy cast. The L Word cast, it was never really like that. They were more of a low-key thing. But I'd be really interested if they do, oh my god, if they did something like that again, like 100% I would go. And I just don't, you know, because they're like a little bit older now, and obviously it's not going to happen with COVID right now, but I don't. I actually looked at something. Let me see what my analytics are like in France. Honestly, I think I talked about this with you briefly, maybe last week or the week before, guys. That when I look at my YouTube analytics, the stuff it tells you is like crazy. And I mean, I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that most people who watch me are women. But when you actually France is really high. For out of the last month, France is my 4th ranked country for people watching. It's US, UK, India, France, Brazil. But when you start scrolling, it's honestly, every time I look at it, it shocks me. A lot of countries where it's illegal to be gay, or some of them that it's not accepted or anything like that. So super sass L John. That's what the L word after dark. That's what I've been calling my live stream. I kind of like it. So wait, what's it? Oh yeah, Alicia did mention it. That's right. I met Alicia when she did a show in Tampa. It was her show. She was super, super nice. Yeah, do you know what's really funny? Tell me that you say that about Laura. Is that when I started watching the L Word, I can't even remember if this is how I felt. And this is one of the things I was like, this will be... I full disclosure, I kind of stole this from To Ellen Back podcast. I was like, one of the things that I want us to talk about when we do the little L-Con is to talk... They call it on the podcast... your L Word origin story, and like how you got into the L Word when you first watched it, the circumstances in your life, blah, blah, blah. And I've told this story before about with my first girlfriend who I was with for like quite a few years in high school and stuff, and obviously we were not out, but us going into Best Buy like just before closing, and we were so paranoid that we were going to see someone in there when we were buying L Word DVDs. And I remember I can't remember whether I started watching it and I was like, that's the woman from Angel, or I started watching it because I was like, oh, I'm only going to watch this because there's a person from Angel in it. When really I was like, I want to watch this because it's lesbians in it. But I can't remember. Steph, when Nessa's British, and when you say, you can say pissed like angry, but you can mean pissed like drunk too. So she probably means right. Yeah, Deb said the same thing. She probably means drunk. Who spent out my life words like that. Yeah, I've said to you guys before, like if London happens, like anyone who's going to the show, love to take you all to dinner, on me totally. And if it gets pushed, I'm gonna go. So the offer still stands, and the exact same thing would, if they ever did anything like this, or even something, maybe next year or even the end of this year, whenever everything is starting to get back to normal, I am in the UK and the US all the time. I know the UK is easier because it's smaller, but I will absolutely do something, and we'll do something. So there's been little. Oh, I haven't put the picture through. The casting, the other casting. Let me find it. So what's been going on this week in the L Word land? Let's talk about it. We have, Safida and Ari, Danny and Gigi, like, they need a standing ovation or something because they are giving us, they are the ones that are giving us, like, content. Nobody else has given us anything, basically. I'm like, oh my gosh. But they've been really great, doing pictures and putting them out. Like, I know it's not huge amounts of information, but it's something and it's nice, and it's just always nice to see awesome. And then it just killed it even more when Leisha and Kate were like, well, we don't even bring our phones on set. I was like, oh my god, this is why we're not getting any content. But they must, the thing was, like, when Rosie didn't really put out any content, I think that really confirmed that they are just not wanting anything to get out, because Rosie really, really, really interacts with her fan base and her followers, and she did even say, like, if she was allowed, she would. So I think that because she didn't, it kind of shows that they're just like, no, we just don't want anything. I think because they know that we're, like, super sleuths, and we'll, like, they just know that we're gonna figure everything out. But I did see, and this is, I told Tammy, this is my theory, okay? They posted, I shared it in my stories if anyone hasn't seen it, and they had, like, a flower truck at one of the filming locations today, and it was, like, had a banner on it as if it was from Marja and one of the other riders. It must be, like, her second in command. And I was like, maybe this is the halfway point of filming, because they started November, December, January, February, and then they're doing 8 months. So that's my guess. Let me share this. Oh, where did it go? I get, the way I was telling you guys, and I think it was just after Christmas, how I was saying that I'd, like, super stalked someone's Instagram, and the person had basically said that they had auditioned just before Christmas, and I was like, oh, I'm surprised they're still doing auditions then. But all these people that the last couple of weeks I've been talking about, and then this person I'm going to show you now, they must have been all these castings, because there was, like, quite a few just before Christmas. Let me put this on the screen. Oh, send a stupid thing. Sorry, temporary. Oh yeah, Lynn. 1 second, I'll talk about that too. Sorry, this is just taking its sweet little time. Oh, let me make this a little bit smaller. You guys know I'm still learning with the thing. Okay. Okay. So it's too big. Okay, so this is the new casting, which makes total sense because what happened the other day, we saw the camera crew posting that had like all that siren flashing in the background, and Danny and Gigi posted with similar things in the background too. What's really funny, and I probably shouldn't say this on my channel, but you know, in the movie with Kristen Stewart at Thanksgiving, the holiday lesbian one, and the not Kristen Stewart character, the other one, Harper, she was Harper Caldwell, Detective Caldwell, and that's my real last name. So I'm like, I've never have seen anything with Caldwell. And there's a character in Dexter, I was reading like the press notes for that, and they have a character that's called Caldwell too. I was like, this is so weird. I mean, there's like I have a really big family, but I never know anyone else with it. Hey Abe. Oh, I have lost. I need to catch up with some of the chat. Kaya, season 2 better be beyond great, because with the wait and the lack of content from the actors, I need compensation. Oh my gosh. Mood. Life. Nailed it. Yes. Seriously, like, if season 2 is crap, I am gonna be furious. Oh yeah, Ness, that is the annoying thing too about like most of the place that I'm having the class I'm in. I was saying to the girl sitting next to me, she was like, have you ever been here before? And it's in this like beautiful old nunnery, and the other weird thing is like my friends' parents own it, and it's beautiful and it's really nice, and they've done it up really nice inside. But the last time that I was there was when I was 10 and I was filming a movie with Julie Andrews and Colin Firth. And the girl was like, have you ever been here before? And I was like, oh yeah, when I was like 10, I was filming a movie here. And she was like, okay, kind of weird. Linda, do you think, based on what Kate and Jamie said, there is a season 3? So, okay, this is my honest thoughts and opinions. Do I think there's going to be a season 3? Yes. Because I think I said something similar the week before last. So when the L Word came back, there was another new show, and well, this was a new show. And the other new show was How to Become a God in Central Florida. Kristen Dunst was the lead, you know, they put a lot of money into it. It was a good show. I liked it. And it got renewed for season 2. Same with the L Word. Due to COVID and them having to do, like, push all the filming back and change things, they ended up going back and reversing their decision, and they said, we can't keep this on the pipeline anymore, guys. Like, sorry, you're not getting a second season, you're done. And if they had any doubts about the L Word, they would have done that too. So the fact that they waited so long to film, because stuff like Your Honor, that's a Showtime show, all of those, they went back to filming. Like, Your Honor was almost finished. I think they had like 1.5 episodes left, and then they had to go back filming like 9 months later. There's no, I'm like 98% sure that we're gonna get season 3, especially because I feel like they were pretty confident in bringing the show back anyway, because that's a risk. And then stuff like Laurel, and it makes no sense to do it for a year, 2 years, whatever. And then once you start getting into this, you're on season 3. Shows are very, very rarely ever cancelled before, if they make it past season 2, very rarely do they not make it to at least season 5, because once it hits season 5, it has enough episodes that you can start selling it for syndication, start selling it in, like, you know, the DVD bundle, and there's all these other revenue streams that open up then. So but based on just what Kate and Jamie said on Pants, if that was live, I would have said, oh, absolutely, like, it slipped out, we're getting season 3, blah blah blah. But because they control the information so tightly, emphatically, whatever you want to say, that I feel as though they're really well versed in, like, what they're not allowed to say and what they are. And I mean, could it be that they have a new editor who is not as well versed? Yes, but also it's probably a professional editor who's been told, listen, like, we are not allowed to release any information about the show apart from the fact that, like, Leisha and I see each other sometimes. Like, that's it. So I really do think that we are getting season 3, but I think that most likely will happen is that when we get a premiere date, and it happens, it'll be renewed, like, because most of the time the L Word, after the first episode of the new season had aired, they renewed it and announced it. Oh, I'm just seeing, Julesy, what you wrote. Season 1 plants a seed for what's to come. Is that talking about... Oh yeah, so totally they will have a season 3. So that's like about... I didn't know whether you meant early interviews, like early L Word interviews, or early Gen Q interviews, but it must be early Gen Q interviews. Yeah, I think having Laurel in more episodes this season 2 will have more folks watching. Yes, and also I think that it really, if anything, having all this time between the seasons, because, well, one, it gives more time for people to discover the show. The pandemic, people have watched, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Brittany, didn't you start watching the show during the pandemic or right around then? And like one of my best friends, Emily, she's come on the channel before, and you know, I think she's come on live with you guys before, and she really wanted to watch Gen Q because she's heard me talk about the L Word. This was before I had my channel, like before Gen Q was even on TV. But she was seeing the ads, and I was saying, "You gotta watch the L Word. You gotta watch the L Word." And she was like, "Oh, should I just watch Gen Q?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. I will disown you." And she went back and watched all of the L Word, and then I think she finished it right around like the episode that Laurel comes back, and so then she was watching it live with me. And I feel like there's so many people like that, like maybe a lot of like lesbians too, that are like, "Oh, I need to watch the L Word, like it's, you know, a passage of time," and they just haven't had a chance. But also, like, when a new show comes out, obviously it comes out, it's on the air, and it will build up for people sometimes, like, you know, especially with Showtime being a paid for network, some people will wait for the show to end and then get the free month and watch it all. And I just feel as though, like, with more time, like there's been a lot of people in those Facebook groups that they will say, "Oh, I've just watched the L Word," or "I've just watched Gen Q." So there's more people that maybe they wouldn't have watched till season 3, 4, whatever, but because there's been such a long time period now, that they've been able to go and watch it. Yeah, and that's true too. There is people that have watched Gen Q and then been curious and gone back. Yeah, I'm really honestly, like, out apart from the obvious, like obviously Bet, Tina, and Alice are like my favorite characters, so I'm really excited to see more of them. But day one, the minute I saw her, I was like, this is the woman for me. I love Gigi and I really love Tess. They're absolutely my favorite characters from Gen Q. I like Danny too, so I'm really excited to see more of Tess and more of Gigi. And I think that they have seen the fan reaction that, you know, they were quite tertiary characters. Like, they weren't originals, they weren't the main Gen Q cast, like they're not in any of the publicity pictures, nothing, but people really, really liked them and really latched onto them. So I think that they're going to get a lot more storyline going on this season. Yes, the SL Watson, I said that in the beginning. I said, my opinion is they're filming season 2 and season 3 back to back, and we will be finished filming in September. I think they will get season 2 later this summer and season 3 early next year. So if they would have stuck to, you know, if there was no COVID, they would have gone back to filming around June, July, and then, you know, November finishing, December on screen, blah blah blah. And maybe they would have tweaked with it a little bit because Dexter's coming back and there's a few other, you know, Showtime shows and things, but that means we would have just finished, well, we'd probably be literally getting like this, we probably have just finished the season right now, and then they'd be going back to writing probably literally like next week or the week after, and then in the summer we would be seeing them go back to filming and for season 3. So in the beginning, when I was seeing those contracts for, I said I know people who know crew members, and they were getting contracted for 8 months of work. But keep in mind, the crew, like camera operators and everything, they went back the beginning of November, as opposed to the 30th of November was when Leisha went back, and she was back on day 1 of filming. And I thought there's no way that they're taking 8 months, even with COVID restrictions, to film 10 episodes. But that really does seem to be the case because there's a ton of factors, but also the fact that Rosie filmed 2 at least episodes and then has gone all the way back to the East Coast, and she's coming back to do the last episode, her last episode. It doesn't seem like there's enough, because like when they did season 1, they filmed July was like half a month, so say to August, September, October, November. They filmed for 4 months, so that was with no restrictions and when the world was normal. And we have 2 extra episodes this season, so I just think that they'll want to get season 2 out and start earning, because the industry has been like decimated by not being able to have shows and movies and all these things. So I think it will be more likely that they'll have a shorter turnaround, but it really depends, because again, they have to go away and write it. Like maybe they're starting working on writing now because these episodes were all written this time last year. So it will be interesting what route they take out of this. Like, okay, they're doing season 2 now, and then they're gonna put it on our screens hopefully fall winter, but then what happens after? Is there another year between the show, or do they try and catch up a little bit? Oh, bye, Terry. I am gonna go soon-ish because I'm starving and also I have an early class tomorrow. And what was the other thing I was gonna talk about? Yeah, SL season 1 was July to October 2019, which is crazy when you think about it now. Gloriana said, so Rosie will be in the season finale. I'm not sure if it will be the season finale. She's going to be in a later episode. I mean, the fact that she's gone all the way back to the East Coast, like, it has to be episode 8, 9, or 10. I wonder so much what they're going to do to end the season. Like, they got they took a big risk landing on the season 1 finale, like not even knowing if they were getting a season 2. But I wonder if they'll pull something with Bet and Tina for. But let me know if you guys have any other. Oh, I guess I can put this here. Any other questions, thoughts, or feelings? Because I won't be on too much longer. So, let's see here. Keep that picture of Miss G. It's cute. Brenda said Carrie in season in. Oh gosh, I lost my place. Whoops. Carrie in the season finale does not sound good for Tibette. Yeah, but maybe that's her exit. I'm pretty like, I don't know. I'm so torn because I'm like, I feel like they may drag this out for a while because they know we'll keep watching, but. The easiest thing in the world for them to do is for Carrie to even say, oh, clearly it's not over with bad or something, because we all know they're kidding themselves. Lord. Oh my gosh, I cannot. This is why I'm so excited for Elcon 2 to just talk about the insanity that is what they're doing. That's how I want to end all of my videos, Brittany. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So I was like, oh. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's the question. Will Gen Q ever have a she-bar moment? I mean, like, it took them 5 seasons, well, like 4 and a bit seasons to get to the she-bar moment. That's my favourite moment on that word. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I've watched that. Like, sometimes before I go to bed, I'm just like, I'm just gonna watch this. I watched it. I'm gonna upload like a good quality version of it, because the one I watch on YouTube is the one I've been watching for like, I don't know, 15 years. It's been up for a really long time. Oh, bye Barbara. Sorry if I missed you. I don't know about Shane and Tess being a love story. I think like maybe they might just have like a good like work relationship. I know Jamie said on Pants that it's Tess's job is going to change like a little bit or something. Maybe they start doing functions or something at the bar. It sounded, I don't know, I couldn't quite, because you know, like it's a bar, like, and she was talking about being really dressed up. Yeah, I don't, this is, I mean, there was some, I think people talking about like, oh, I see a lot of these emojis that I'm worried about. Yeah, I would be interested in seeing about Tess's like her like alcohol, like what, where does this come from, what's the deal, that stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I would love like stir fry, all those. I don't know how willing the actresses are now, because like clearly Leisha etc is still game, because we got that threesome scene, but there wasn't really any, like, even Bet like was single and we didn't get much, but who knows, but we could get it at a she bar or something. My lord, who are applying murders in here. yeah, I don't think that they're, I mean, look at the mess that they created with the bloody killing Jenny off. I think now that I'm watching season 6, because I honestly, I really don't think I've watched it that many times. Like, I always stop at season 5, and okay, like very occasionally I'll go back and watch like just the Bet and Tina scenes from some season 6 episodes, like episode 2 that I did last week or this week or whatever it was. Like the scenes like that, I never actually watch the whole episodes because they are just so painful. And why did, like, I don't know, like, was you smoking crack or something? Like, why would you center the entire last season of a show around someone being murdered and then never reveal the murderer, and then 15 years later? Like, I could talk about this all day. I just do not know what was being, and clearly, like, it was the last season, because I feel as though like Jennifer, Laurel, someone must have gone, sorry, what are we doing here? Everyone was just like, okay, we're finishing, we're done, like we're checking out, because, and then I'm like, I put my faith in the L Word quartet of Alicia, Kate, Laurel, and Jennifer, and they let this happen. Only joking. Oh, yeah, I do agree with what Brittany said there about, like, it'll be quite like a fun vibe with Rosie. Yeah, I don't think they'll be like super serious. You love the Jenny thing, Molly? But I thought it was interesting in the beginning, and I remember, like, it's all, I used to go to like all the L Word watch parties and stuff in Tampa, and used to talk about it all the time. But like, oh my gosh, when it ended and that was it, I was so angry. And then they made it even worse, because they started putting out those bloody interrogation tapes, which, if you haven't seen my video on that, check it out. And they used to go, and it was every Sunday they'd release one, and I was like, okay, this must all be a ploy to get us to watch these. And I watched all of those, and it just got worse. I was like, what is happening? Hey, Jania. Glad you could make it. I'm gonna go off in a sec because I need to eat something and I need to have a shower, because I have a class all day tomorrow. So, a roundup of our conversation basically is, yes, I think there's going to be a season 3, but I don't think they're going to announce it until at least we have some sort of air date. Like, I honestly don't think that they're going to announce it until season 2 starts airing. Probably like only an episode, but they need to get something up. And yeah, I think there's just I'm so excited for the show to come back, but I just know that there's still like some time between now and then, but you guys know I will continue talking about everything. I'm gonna have my thanks Kaya. I'm gonna have my season 6 episode 3 review up over the weekend. I've got the other stuff coming too about, I said I was gonna do like the character and couple psych breakdowns, bust out my old psychology degree, and got some other stuff coming as well. Make sure that you guys, if you had a nice time, give the video a little like for me. And if you're not already subscribed, honestly, girl, what are you doing with your life? Because, yeah. And the biggest things of all, I am going to be starting a Patreon soon. It will be a lot more, it'll be like the quite a bit like the lives, and just a lot more able to talk about things. But the biggest thing is we are having a mini L Word convention on this channel with Bet and Tina, House of Stir Fry, the L Word 19, and All Things Tibette podcast. So the 5 of us, 4 platforms or whatever you want to call it, the 5 of us are going to be doing, a video on the channel, and you guys can send in whatever you want, questions, topics, things you want us to talk about, and we'll talk through all those things. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's going to be really, really fun. And hopefully next week I'll be able to tell you guys when exactly we're going to do it, because this weekend we're just trying to figure out the exact days and times, because we're all in different time zones. But we will figure it out. And it's most likely going to be a video, so it'll just go up like normal and you can watch it at your convenience. So look out on my Instagram and my community page, and I'll start asking you guys for like questions and stuff. And if you happen to give Pants a call, don't forget to mention the channel. I'll bribe you with merch or something. And yeah, don't forget to check out my merch, and don't forget to just be awesome, be good, be safe, like the channel, subscribe if you're not. I hope you are if you're here. And yeah, Miss G and I send love. If you're not subscribed to All Things Tibette, Bet and Tina, House and Stir Fry, and the L Word 19, you need to get subscribed, because they've got some great content and you're missing out. So check them all out as well. And yeah, I'll be back soon next week. But I'll have a video out before then. I've lost my mind today, and yeah, I might have a chat later tomorrow after my class. I just feel like a lunatic right now. G, you gonna say bye? Oh, come say bye, Grumpy. Come say bye to everyone. So, we'll see you guys later. We love you. Stay safe. Be good to each other. And yeah, you guys know I love you. Bye. Say bye, G.